dropped a piece of on the bed, and I didn't know if he had gotten it or not, you know?
I gotta get to the bottom of the story. Where were they at?
I have no idea.
They were playing, and then somehow this kiddo got a hold of what, a blue or what?
I have no idea, sir.
Because what happens with fentanyl bros, they stop breathing, and then they have a heart attack and they die. That's how the overdoses happen, okay?
On March 24, 2022, officers in Espanola, New Mexico, were dispatched to a home after receiving a chilling call about an infant in distress. The baby had been exposed to green beans and had to be rushed to the neonatal intensive care unit, where thankfully doctors managed to stabilize the child. According to investigators, both parents had been using the dangerous substance inside the home, prompting state child protective services to intervene and ensure the infant's safety.
What's up, Matthew? How are you, bro?
Good.
Have a seat, brother. Matthew, got anything on you, bro?
No.
Have a seat, big dog. I know you're stressed out right now. So, my name's Officer Byers with the Espanola Police Department. You obviously know why we're called, right?
Yeah.
So what happened, brother?
I don't know, bro.
Talk to me,
She said that's something that he might have swallowed from the fence, but she wasn't sure.
The mother? Where's mom at now?
She left in the car.
She took off in the car?
Mm-hmm.
What's mom's name?
Caitlin.
Caitlin what? And where's mom staying at?
On the streets, bro.
What car is she in right now?
Nissan Altima.
What color?
Blue.
Blue Nissan Altima? Where would she be going from here?
I have no idea, sir. I have no idea.
Do you have an ID on you?
I don't, sir. You recognize me, no?
Okay. All right, bro. So yeah. So from beginning to end, tell me what happened. I know you're stressing out right now, brother, but I got a job to do right now, okay?
Yeah. The mother came and said that he was playing over there with the other kid, and that her friend started freaking out about I don't know what the. So she got all scared and brought him, and I was watching him. I gave him some milk and stuff, and he started to like fall asleep, bro. So I panicked, and I just want to make sure he's okay, bro.
So your baby's okay right now. He's responsive, okay? They Narcaned him, and he's okay. I got to get to the bottom of the story. Where were they at?
I have no idea.
The officer was intent on uncovering what really caused the overdose, but Matthew, overwhelmed and visibly shaken, couldn't bring himself to give a clear explanation, perhaps because he didn't want to admit what had truly happened inside the house of horror.
So if you didn't know where they at, how did you come into contact with your baby again?
She brought him to the house.
Where's your house at?
The Chuck's trailer park.
Which house is it, bro? Which number? Would she be back over there now?
Possibly.
17 Espional.
She doesn't have keys or anything.
Hey, if you can send one of the units over to Cook's Mobile Home Park, check and see if that vehicle is located at, what was the house number? On house number. So basically, bro, your wife, your girlfriend or whatever, mom, the baby's mom, had the baby. They were hanging out somewhere. You don't know where. They were playing, and then somehow this kiddo got a hold of what, a blue or what?
I have no idea, sir. I started yelling at her and freaking out on her, bro.
So when she brought him to you, what did she tell you?
She just said that she was worried.
You got to be a little bit more specific with me, bro. I got to find out
She said
everything
that he
here.
was worried, that she thought that her friend thought he might have took something.
And what was her reasoning to that?
I didn't ask all that.
And so then she drove you up here with the baby or what?
Yeah.
And then took off as soon as you guys got in here.
I didn't even know she left. I was the one that drove.
Does your girlfriend...
I saw the keys right here too. I didn't know they left in it.
Does your girlfriend or wife, is she known to use blues?
Yeah, but she was supposed to be clean.
Do you use blues too or no?
She was supposed to be clean, bro.
In typical addict denial, Matthew insisted he was clean and claimed his girlfriend was supposed to be as well. But as the investigation unfolded, it quickly became clear that their unfitness as caregivers ran far deeper than anyone first realized.
Do you use any other sort of narcotics there, bro?
Just, The strips, bro.
Suboxones.
Yeah.
So I see your work, right? So you're a West Side local. What do you go by on the streets, brother? Because I'll refer to you that just out of respect. You know what I mean?
Locote.
Locote.
My son's okay, also.
He's okay, bro.
Are you sure?
They have him. They're treating him right now. When I came in, he was screaming and crying. Okay, so that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Because what happens with fentanyl, bro, is they stop breathing, and then they have a heart attack and they die. That's how the overdoses happen. Okay. So you did the right thing bringing him in.
I don't care, bro.
Locote, what was your first and
Okay.
what was your first and last name again?
Matthew.
1-7 I got one for you by name and date of birth when you're clear. Name and date of birth when you're clear. Here's the thing. I got a couple questions, bro. So your chick, is she homeless and not with you? You guys together? You guys like working on it or
And it's like off and on, bro.
off and on?
Here and there.
Because she's living homeless, and then how's the child custody go, bro? How does that work?
She has custody.
She has custody of him.
She has, yeah.
And what was her first and last name again?
Kagan.
1-7 I've got another one for you by name and
Yeah, I can't keep
approximate
her from
age
her,
when you
bro.
get a chance.
She's the one that has custody.
So she has legal custody over him, huh? Is there documents, court documents, legal documents over that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's his? Is it? Well, obviously, he might have asked you. So is he have? You have custody of him, or you? Like,
The mom
together,
does.
Or so she-
No, we have like joint custody with.
Yeah.
Go ahead. So is it like a 50-50 or what? Or
Yeah.
As officers gained a clearer picture of the family's situation, Matthew's mother arrived on scene, hoping to help piece together who should be held accountable for the tragic events of that night.
Hey, so for your baby's mom, that vehicle, is it a key fob or is it a key?
It's a key fob.
Okay, so she can only get so far because you have the key fob with
Yeah.
you, right? So she's gonna have to come back, or wherever she shuts the car off, she's screwed.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Who has custody? Because the understanding is he has full custody.
Him and mom have custody.
Okay, him and mom have custody, and they split it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, like I told you, I can't
Now,
keep her.
does your
They go with me on the weekends because I pick him up every weekend just
now
to spend time with him.
my big question is, mom or grandma, do you guys have a way of contacting her, calling her?
Yes.
Can we do that so we need to get her here?
Or
There's a baby overdosing in the next room, and we need to verify the stories because somebody's gonna end up having to go to jail.
let me call her. Let's see if she can make it here.
Give me 1 second. Let me talk to my sergeant, because if she sees the police cars outside, she might
Yeah.
refuse to come. So give me 1 minute, okay? All right, brother. So just for the time being, I'm gonna cuff you from the front, okay? But you are being detained right now, okay? We've got to figure this thing out. Turn your wrist like this for me, like that. Yeah. Let me double lock those for you so they don't twist up on you. Oops. I'm not cuffing you from the back, bro, because I know you're stressed out right now.
Could I get some more water, please, bro?
Yeah, I'll grab you some water. This is the thing, bro. Nothing matters right now but that baby. Okay?
all that matters.
Nothing that matters right now but that baby. The baby's the only thing that matters, okay?
Yes, sir.
There's an 18-month-old baby in there that's fighting for their life, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
It's one of those things, bro. That's why it's not worth the risk, dog. And that fentanyl, bro, is something else. You know, I know you don't know what it was, but you know, lately in law enforcement, bro, when we have doses on babies, they eat the blues thinking it's a candy, and that's it, bro.
That's
you know,
it, yeah.
that's it. So you want me to take?
yeah,
You want
if you
TC?
name and
All right,
talk to
bro.
her and see what the story is.
So we're gonna go up to- we're gonna go up to the jail.
If his story checks out and she says, yeah, you know, whatever, well, then we know where to go from there.
Yep.
As Matthew was being taken into custody, officers outside the hospital finally came face to face with the mother, and what they saw was a display of ignorance unfolding right before their eyes.
So, I'm going to read you something real quick, okay? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him or her present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights, not answer my questions, or make any statements. Do you understand your rights if I explain them to you?
Yes, sir, I understand.
Having these rights in mind, are you willing to answer my questions?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I was cleaning the stove, and Matt, big Matt, not little Matt, not my son, was like, "Hey, dude, is he throwing up or what?" He was on the floor, and he was crawling, and I was like, "No, what's wrong with you, dude? Like, he's not throwing up," because we were already like kind of arguing, and then I was like, "Why, dude?" Like, and so I went and I picked up my older son, and he's all, "Because like I just found this and it's wet," and I was all, "Well, why was it on the bed, dude? Like, you need to be more careful with
And
your
this
shit,
and this is
you know?"
about the baby, that the 18-month-old
Yeah.
that was throwing up.
Yeah. Well, but he wasn't throwing
Okay.
up. Okay. So I picked up my son. I checked on him. I went and washed his hands. I brushed his teeth. And then I was like, okay, well, he seems alright, you know. So I put him in. I don't know. I think this was at like 8:30. He's usually in bed by 9:30. So I put him in a bath because our regular routine, like every day, you know, before bed. And he was fine the whole time in the bath. And then when I got him out and I was putting lotion on him and putting him in his pajamas, I noticed that his lips were like kind of discolored, and he was like rubbing his nose and starting to get tired. And I told him, "Dude, like I'm like not gonna let nothing happen to the baby, dude. You need to take him to the hospital, dude. We can't just sit here and wait for something to happen to him, you know."
And why did you want to take him to the hospital? Just because he was throwing up, or?
No, well, because like he thought my boyfriend had dropped a piece of fentanyl on the bed, and I didn't know if he had gotten it or not, you know. And I told him, like, it's not about us. I don't care if I have warrants. Like, I don't care if you don't want to go to jail. Like, we need to take him to the hospital. So we took him, and from there, me and my 6-month-old went home, and then my mother-in-law went and picked us up over here.
Okay.
But when I took them, like, my 18-month-old was still like awake and responding and was still okay. I just wanted him to take him just to make sure that he was going to be okay.
Okay.
So that there wasn't.
And so at any point, did you leave the house with your babies?
No.
And this is the house
Well,
down at Cook's?
Yeah, but no, I didn't leave the house at any point until I took them to the hospital.
Okay. So you didn't go with a friend today?
No. I haven't gone anywhere today. I've been home all day.
My other question is, why did you leave the hospital when your baby was overdosing?
I didn't know if he was overdosing or not because I had my 6-month-old.
Well, here's the
with me.
thing. You just told me that your husband said that he thought he left a piece of fentanyl on the bed. So you thought he was overdosing, right?
Yeah, I had my 6-month-old with me, and he was still like kind of crying, and like I was just gonna go and get him.
So with
calm, and I knew his mom was going, you know.
okay. And so at that no point you did not leave the house at all today.
No.
There was no friend that came and picked you up.
No.
And you stay there at the home in Cooks.
Yes.
Okay. Did you ever see a piece of fentanyl on the bed? Did you
No,
see
I
anything like
didn't.
that?
I was cleaning the stove, like I said, and like before Matt had gotten on the bed with them, it was clean. It was fine. I had just had my baby, my 6-month-old, on there with all his little toys. Like,
And do you or Matt use?
I am like, so I went to jail for 30 days and I got clean, and like I don't like fully use. Like I've like obviously relapsed a couple of times, but I still like do my Suboxone. But yes, I've relapsed.
Okay, so you're using blues again.
Like not all the time.
But you
yes.
use, okay.
Yes.
Just like Matthew, Caitlin tried to shift the blame onto her partner, but by now, the officer had already pieced together a clear picture of what had unfolded inside the household. He only needed a few more details to gauge just how severe the mistreatment truly was.
So inside of your house, are there any narcotics inside of there right now?
No, there's not. Like, obviously he does use, but I'm like usually pretty good about keeping everything
And where
clean and picked up.
where do you guys use at when you do use?
I smoke outside at the back door. And like when he does, he either smokes outside in the back door or in the car or in the bathroom.
Okay.
But never around our kids. And like they have their room, like, I mean, there's dishes in the sink, but the house is not thrashed or anything.
So he uses all day, all the time, and the babies are with you guys.
Well, he's not ever really like always around us. He's usually like doing his own thing, and I take care of our kids like that. And he
But in
doesn't
the
use-
house, he's
and
doing
I'm
his own
not-
thing in the house, no?
No, and I'm not saying he uses all day long or anything like that. Like,
Well, I mean,
he
you,
does-
you told me he uses pretty much all day, just a little, like a few
Well, yeah,
seconds
like
ago.
to sustain himself. I'm not saying that he sits there and gets high and does like hundreds of moves all
Mhm.
day, but yes, he has
Yeah.
to do it. Just
And
one
how often
day.
do you say you use?
Like once or twice a day.
And you guys have the babies from Monday through Friday? Is that
No,
is that
Monday
correct?
through Thursday.
Monday through Thursday, and then Grandma takes the babies from there. And does Grandma use it all?
No, she works at the lab. She's a good support.
Okay.
When we had our 18-month-old, we had a case that was CRFD that had opened.
Mhm.
It had only stayed open 45 days.
And what was that for?
For exposure for him, obviously, and I was using it at the time.
So
but-
exposure, the baby getting exposed to your 18-month-old?
Yeah.
So this isn't the first time this has happened?
No, not when he was born, like, from me having him, like, because I was using when I was pregnant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's like at the
And-
hospital.
Yes.
Okay.
And with my 6-month-old, like, I was able to get clean, and there was never any CRFD case open or anything like that. But the one with my 18-month-old had closed within 45 days, and we've had custody of him since. Like,
Okay.
Coming up, the officer hit Caitlin with Matthew's version of events, and in that instant, her world came crashing down as she realized she'd been exposed.
And so this is my thing. So your husband's story isn't lining up with your story,
Well,
and my job here is to get to the bottom of and find what's actually going on.
what is he saying?
So from my understanding is earlier today your husband was playing the PS5 and you went with a friend, right? And then you came back, your friend was telling you that she was worried that your son was playing with another kiddo, with her kiddo, and she was concerned that the baby had found something at her place and the baby had overdosed. So there's some hesitation there, so you're obviously thinking about something,
Well,
right?
I don't want him to be mad at me, dude. Like,
Well, I mean, here's the thing.
and I don't care. I know you don't care.
Well,
about
this
us,
is what I'm telling
and
you.
I only care about my
And
son. That's why I'm telling you.
I'm
the
telling you
truth right
100
now, dude.
okay.
That's why I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I'm
right
trying to
now.
figure out why you hesitated and looked around to think about what you were going to
Because I
respond.
don't want him to hate me and think I got him.
Well,
out
this
and
is
ruin my
this
family,
is what I'm going to
like-
tell you. This is what I'm going to tell you. You're going to have to. Do you have any evidence to support what you're saying right now? Because right now the baby is all that matters.
I know.
Period.
I honestly,
Period.
dude, I have just you and you taking my word, but like I hadn't left anywhere all day, dude. Like, I mean, I know it's a long shot, dude, and I don't know if you guys are willing to do all the work, but dude, there's plenty of businesses across the street from our house, dude. Like, you could go look at their cameras. I know for a fact my neighbor that owns that shop across the street has a camera that faces towards our house, and his cameras face towards my house, dude. And you'll never see me leave the house, dude.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
I'm not trying to lie to you about anything. I
So
just
let me-
wanted to make sure my son's okay.
So let me
That's
recap.
why
You
I
were
had,
around what time did this happen initially?
I think at like 8 o'clock.
And Dad was in the bedroom with the babies.
No, he was out. He was, okay, so in our living room, there's like a bed on the floor, because right now we're redoing our back bedroom, and our bedroom is like not clean. We're in the middle of getting everything picked up, and it's just not a place where I want my kids, because there's no room on the bed or anything.
Yeah.
There's clothes
And do you
everywhere.
guys use in that bedroom?
No, we don't. There's no paraphernalia or anything like that in
Okay.
there. It's just there's clothes all over.
Okay. So he
and-
was in the living room.
Yeah, and then okay, so when you walk into our house, like to the right is the living room, and then there's our couches, and then we have a little bed on the floor, and then to the left is the kitchen and the dining room, and then there's another room right there, and that's my kids' room,
Okay.
and they have their beds in there.
Okay.
So I sleep in the living room, and I put my boys to sleep in their room because I'm able to see inside the room, like where they're at when
Okay.
I sleep.
And so your husband was in the living room on that bed or what?
Yes,
With the kiddos.
yes.
Okay.
Not with the kiddos.
No.
I had my 6-month-old on my
Okay.
chest in a little
And
backpack.
where was the 18-month-old?
And the 18-month-old was playing on the floor and like on the side of the bed by his dad.
Okay. And so you're doing the stove, and then what happened?
Like I said, he was like, hey, is Matt throwing up? And I was like, no, dude. And I went and picked him up. I was like, why, dude? Like, what the f***'s wrong with you? And he was like, because I think he might have bought something. Like, and I was like, well, dude.
And did he indicate what that something was?
No, he just.
Because when you first told me, you said it was
obviously-
a piece of a blue.
No, I said it was fentanyl.
Okay, so
I didn't say it was a piece of
so fentanyl powder.
I don't, yeah.
So like China white.
At this point, the officer had heard enough, and it was becoming increasingly clear that both parents would be facing charges for what had happened. Regardless, he stayed with the mom to get the final details of her version of events.
Like, from Dad saying that he think he got something, I didn't want anything to happen to my son and my son to die or anything, so I told him, you need to take him to the hospital, dude, like, just to make sure that he's okay so nothing happens to him.
So then you rushed him to the hospital, dropped Dad and baby off, and then
I went back and
then obviously now we're here with all this other
yes.
stuff. Okay. Well, I think that's all the questions I have for you right now. And then
I mean, I don't want my husband to hate me, and I know, can you just hear me out, please? Like, I know you don't give a f about us, and you probably think we're pieces of dude.
well,
like,
that's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is
can
my concern is the baby. Period.
I know, and I know he
And
is,
somebody will
but
be held
I'm
accountable
just
for
trying,
that.
I'm just trying to get you to understand where he's coming from, and because he's been in prison before and so much, and I don't want my family to end because I told you the truth, dude. Like, I know obviously you're gonna go back and tell me, hey, this is what was said, and I just want you to tell him that, like.
Well, right now you got to be worried about the baby and the baby
I know,
only, and that's got to be your only concern.
I know,
okay?
but I care about him, and cause, like, him and his mom and my kids are all I have. I don't have my parents or any family,
Okay.
dude. Like,
I understand that. I get it. You're in a tight spot, but you know, if you're being honest with me, I appreciate the honesty. And at the end of the day, the baby's what matters. Period.
I know.
Period. Okay. And you have two babies riding on this, not just
I know,
one.
and like honestly, like that's why, like in my eyes, like I wanted him to take him because I didn't want anything to happen to my son, and then at the same time, I still wanted to be able to be there for my kids too, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep. So I'll have to talk to Dad, but we'll figure it out as it goes. Okay.
and I know I'm obviously going to jail for my warrants, but
Yeah.
like what else is like happening or like.
I'll let you know that as it transpires. Okay.
The parents were charged with first-degree abuse resulting in great bodily harm, along with third-degree abuse. Following their arrest, they were booked into the Rio Arriba County Detention Center.